So now I'm going to discuss in C language the constants. Okay. To understand the constants, as I told you that first of all I need to create a project new. Okay. And this project you need to console application here. Next, I want to work over C. You need to specify that on which language you want to write the code. This code blocks I am using, it will support both C and C++. So next you need to take a project title, that is constants. Simples, you write them as constants, small constants. Okay, constants. So this constant is part of your C drive. Under there a folder is there, folder C program. Under this constant project will be there. So constants.cvp code blocks project. Okay, so next, nothing to do. This is the default GCC compiler we need to use. Okay, within the so many compilers are there, but this is the default compiler. You next. Okay, now come down here. Under this C, and this here, this is where, this is the place, where this is the working area where we will write the code. Here you will get the messages after debugging. If there is an error, here you will get. This is the left side. Here, whenever you create the project, under this projects tab, files, this is one more tab. Under this file, see, these are all the folders. All the folders I have created. Okay, under this folder, under this C program. Okay, under this C program, my project is here. Okay, under these files, F symbols, resources, like projects. Under this C program, my project is here, that is constants. So under here you need to click main.c. So this will be opened here, because before that, under this, whenever we have opened, under this word data types, initial I have conducted the class data types. Within this much of code, I have written. Okay, I have taken a class over the data types. Now we will try to understand what that is constants. So whenever we click on this, so this is the default format. Some libraries will be by default added, included. stdio.header file, std standard input output header file, standard library.h. These are called preprocessor directives. They will be included whenever you create a project. They will support with the input and output functions, like print function if you want to take input. Okay, so this is the main function. As I told you that, as I briefed, this is the main function. So under this main function, under these braces, whatever the code will be there, that will be executed. This is the default statement. Whether you want to keep it or not, it is up to you. But return 0 means this will indicate the compiler. Compiler is what? It is a translator program. It will convert the code, this source code, into object code, into machine language. Return 0 indicates that there is no any instruction. So all the instructions are ended here. There is no any instruction. Now here I am going to comment here. First of all, that is what commenting, single line comment, constants. We will study constants are what? Fixed values assigned to variables. So means constants are what? That your variable values are fixed. Variables are fixed. Okay. So now let us create suppose if I want to create a variable, suppose if it is int type of variable is equal height, height, height is equal to maybe integer or float. Suppose if I taken height 1.75, this is meter, 1.75 meter. Okay, so now whatever, so this 1.75, after that I need to give semicolon. This 1.75 I don't want to keep it, I want to keep it as fix, this variable, this value assigned to this variable height, so I want to keep this variable value as fixed. So this is float, so I need to change this data type as float. Okay, now what happened, now I want to keep this variable value as fixed, then I can use constant keyword. So whenever I keep the constant keyword, so this value assigned to this variable height will be fixed. Okay, now if I want to get print f, okay, how can I get this value print out? By keeping of this float, we need to give format specifiers. First format specifiers in double quotation marks, and then percentage symbol, and then we need to use capital F, small f. Okay, so this format specifier, it will indicate that which type of data this variable is consisting, which type of data, whether this variable consisting of which type of data. So whenever I have used the format specifier f, means this variable is holding float type of data. So we are indicating, indicating to, helping to our compiler that this variable is holding float type of data. Okay, so then printf function will be used. So to work with printf function, we need to include these libraries. Okay, simply importing of libraries. Okay, this standard input output dot header file, which will help us to work with input output function. This printf is what it is on output function. If you want to see the result on your screen, so you need to use printf function. Okay, now let us run this code. To run this code, click on this so let us see. As I told you that what we are getting, error expected. Why it is giving error? Expected before return. What is expected word? This semicolon. I told you that in Java every line of code is to be terminated with semicolon. Here we have missed the semicolon, so now you have written. Now that's why it is giving in 11th line error is there. So before this return 0, we need to keep semicolon. Same thing, error expected semicolon. So before return means before this return 0, before means next, this is the before statement for return 0. So now here we need to keep. Now run this code. Now let us see what is happening. So this is the result we are getting here, 1.75. This is what we have given, only float two decimal points are there, but we are getting 1.75 4 zeros extra. Means the float type of data type will be able to hold up to 6 digits of decimal values. 6 digits of decimal values. Float will help us. So if you want to keep more decimal points, that moment in place of this float, you need to use double. In this data types, I have this is the double data type. This is the integer, float, and double, char. I have covered all the topics which are related with data types in data types. Now it is going to be terminated 942. Okay, now come down under this class. Here the float data type will hold up to 6 digits of 6 decimal points. that's why it is